And I see she's represented well with family and coach and teammates, and which is great. So this is Abby's day and her next half hour. And I know she's a little bit nervous, but it's just another competition for her. So Abby, I'm going to let you take over, and good luck. And I have your honors cord when we get all done. Abby.
Okay, so I'm a part of the honors program, and so at the end of it, I have to create a research paper and research something that I'm very passionate in, and which I'm combining my golf side and also my construction side of my major and also my hobbies as well. So I researched about innovative amenities and in a luxury clubhouse. But on this presentation, I went ahead and I designed a Revit 3D infrastructure, and I'll get into what that means. But it's a spin-off. Instead of just telling you what I learned about construction, I went ahead and I made a 3D model for you guys. So I'm Abbigail Brodersen, and this is my presentation. So what is kind of Revit? Revit is a building information modeling software, so BIM, that allows architects, engineers, and construction professionals to design and document buildings and infrastructure in 3D. So the 3D modeling, so the users can design and visualize buildings in 3D from the outset, ensuring that the design is more accurate and realistic. The parametric modeling side is meaning that changes made to one part of the design will automatically update other related parts. Example would be wall height changes, the door and the window positions will automatically update. So for 3D designing, I had some inspiration. I wanted to take it from 3 categories, as you can see there: the history, the technology, and the location. The history of the clubhouses I wanted to be written on the walls. It creates character and a sense of warmth. It makes you want to dive backwards into the years to find out more. I also took inspiration from very large historic clubs like Augusta and the Congressional. The second category is technology. Nowadays, technology is really driving the modern flair of construction. It's really beginning to get integrated into every aspect, such as dining, practicing, and relaxing. The third category is location. I wanted to make sure the theme was on point to where my clubhouse was going to be located. I wanted the club members to feel like they are outside when they're inside, meaning any of the style of the wood, any of the interior design. I wanted to all conform together. So here is my 3D model of my clubhouse. As you can see, it's quite large, many different, many of different slopes and turns, as well as the landscape there. So this is the, and then I'll get more into it as well, but you can see kind of trees, the landscaping. This is the colored version. It's a rendering. Colors might be a little off, but so here is the 3D projection of my clubhouse. This shows the exterior walls with textures and colors. I kind of wanted my clubhouse to be based in Montana. So that's where you're going to see stone. That's where you're going to see kind of the warmest, kind of like stucco feeling to the outside of the plain walls as well. You're going to have lots of dimension. You're going to also have that feeling of warmth. I wanted to invoke a sense of warmth with the right landscape. That's also put in there, with spacious wooden structure with large windows so that it can frame the panoramic views that you're going to see from the inside out. As well as combining wood paneling and leather armchairs and stone fireplaces that will crackle in the winter. So there's a lot of inspiration through the landscaping that I put into it. And on the right-hand side, you can see the line. It's just the hidden lines. There's no colors, but that is what it is. Moving on. These are my elevations. And so what an elevation means, it's a 2D view that represents the vertical projection of a building or structure from the specific direction. So the directions would be north, south, east, and west. It provides a view of its exterior and interior from one side. Normally the elevations show the height, shape, and architectural details of a building or space. Here in these elevations, you can see my levels and my plans where I start at. There's mainly 6 of them, so obviously there's different heights. There is the basement, which is the lower one, the floor system, the main floor, and roofs 2, 3, and 4. I really prided myself on the differentiating of levels of roofs. I just think it gives such a more luxury look to a clubhouse, and I really enjoy making the roof plan. Moving on, this is my main floor plan. As you can see, there's a lot going on. The floor plan in Revit is a 2D representation of a building layout. Normally it shows the arrangement of walls, doors, windows, rooms, furniture, and other elements, but it's a top-down view. This is mainly the big primary view of a Revit project. It provides a lot of detail to the builders as well, but I kept out the measuring details for you guys. I didn't want to cover that with you. So taking a look kind of more in detail, you can see that I placed many doors. I placed a lot of components as well. The left-hand side, you can see those circulars. So if you, those are tables and chairs for the dining room. Kind of right below it, just a little bit to the right, is a kitchen. Right above that, that little semicircle wall right there, that is a bar. And then that elongated hallway right in the middle, that's on the top, that's the entranceway. You can see plenty of couches as well from the top, other different closets as well. Just to the right of that walkway are main bathrooms. If you keep going right on the top right middle, it is going to be the women's lounge and locker room. And then all the way to the right, that big area, is going to be the men's lounge, the men's locker room. And then that hallway in the main area on the bottom right-hand side is going to be the trophy walkway. That is where I like to say a lot of the history comes from. And then that building down in the bottom is the clubhouse. Okay, so here are the frames in color, just to give you guys a little bit. So here's the entrance of the clubhouse. It stands with striking elegance. A grand 2-story vaulted ceiling is that middle picture right there. It invites visitors into the heart of the space. Massive wooden beams crafted from local timber, arched upwards, and you just really get the beauty complementing the natural surroundings. Window frames, once again, the breathtaking views of the rugged Montana landscape as well, and then brick accents, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, really create a fusion of rustic charm and refined elegance. So this is kind of like a walkway when you're walking in. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner, I left that floor plan out for you so you can understand where it's coming from. So where that entrance is, that long hallway, right in the middle, top middle, that's where you're entering at. That's where that is at. And then we're going to take a left, which goes into the bar area in the main dining, and that's where we're going to follow. That's kind of a little walkthrough that's happening there. You can see I wanted to add with the walls on the top right picture, so you can see that entrance is arched. Once again, just want to emphasize every detail in this had a reason. There's a reason behind it, like the little arch, the lighting at the bar, the tables, the leather, changing all of the colors, the windows especially. I really wanted large, lots of light coming in with them. So here's my grand dining room. I really wanted to emphasize this room. There's a lot of key elements into here. So the room's warm rustic elegance is enhanced by a mix of polished timber stone accents and luxurious fabrics. Deep wood tones and rugged textures contrast beautifully with the refined stone flooring. So I wanted to create that difference between the ceiling and also the floor. The beams give off the feeling of security and structure while toning the room to have depth and history. I feel beams really bring into that connecting with the Montana landscape as well. And then there's also accents of those lower hanging chandeliers to bring in the western setting from that's outside once again. I just really wanted to feel like you have that wow factor when you walk in there, All those little details really create that whole aspect. And I was very proud of how this room turned out. Moving on to more frames. The top left corner, sorry, the chandeliers are a little funky colors, but the top left picture is the women's lounge room. It creates a higher elegance to unwind while maintaining pristine and quaint appearance. The middle picture is the state-of-the-art kitchen. It caters to any new expectation of members, especially the expectation that is now becoming today, which is the farm-to-table route of your food. So I wanted to incorporate that in the kitchen, meaning I wanted to give enough fridge space so that there's not needed to be anything frozen as well, and enough preparation stations. The top right corner is the women's locker room. It combines functionality with traditional energy. The bottom left-hand corner, once again, is that walkway I talked about. It holds the largest part of the club's history in that walkway. That's what people are gonna, I would say, review you on, is seeing that history, seeing what stories can be told by just walking through that hallway. There's plenty of past members' legacies that will also live there. The bottom right-hand corner is the men's locker room. It caters to a large number of members and who enjoy a rustic wood smell while conversating and resting themselves after a long round. In that bottom right-hand corner, once again, is that main floor plan. This shows kind of where it's at. It's mainly, all of these are on the right side except the kitchen. These are on the right side of that floor plan that I was showing. So this is the men's lounge room. I wanted to emphasize this room as well, especially because of how it turned out. The men's lounge in this luxurious golf club extrudes sophistication and warmth, blending natural materials with refined masculine design. As you step inside, you're greeted by rich, dark woods and smooth stone that creates an atmosphere of understanding and elegance. A large stone fireplace with warm fire contrasts beautifully against the cool tones of the other stone. The seating area features plush leather armchairs and deep, comfortable sofas in dark brown charcoal. Each seating space is thoughtfully positioned and created an atmosphere conducted to conversation. You can also see in the back right portion is the bar. It's illuminated by a soft recessed lighting above elegant pendant lights that cast a warm glow, inviting guests to relax and unwind. I really enjoyed placing these beams in this project. It really gave a whole different essence to this room. Once again, I wanted to get that wow factor. That's why we have that two-story sloped ceiling room. It just creates a bigger view, and also allows you to appreciate it as well, and more of the construction. I want those windows bringing in plenty of lights, and I want people to want to be there. So here is going to be starting the 3D walkthrough of that first floor that I just showed you. This isn't in color, but it is in just the line art. So once again, there's the entrance. We're going through this main walkway that I showed you guys. Here it is, that vaulted ceiling, coming into this bar area, still dining a little bit. Here's our grand dining room. Like I said, I explained everything as well, the tables and chairs, the windows. Taking a right into the kitchen. Wanted to be large, wanted it to cater to everybody, as well as new menus that might come through. Going back through the entrance and coming outside, actually, we're taking a roundabout. Excuse the shakiness. This part, it gets a little glitchy, so just hold on a second. We're going to turn into the women's lounge room. Once again, it's still vaulted. It's just the essence of elegance that you get with a vaulted ceiling. It's just cannot compare to others. Going back through here, we're going through the walkway to follow into the men's lounge room. Once I showed you that as well. And then taking a left here to go into the men's locker room, once again very large, sorry it's a short view. Going into the bathroom as well, taking a right into that trophy walkway. Once again, we are back in the entrance area, going back outside. There's our little landscaping. Taking a left, you'll get to see the pro shop on the right-hand side. A little undercarriage for e-carts to pass through. And you can see we will stop at where the carts go down into the car park. Moving on to the basement floor plan. So that was only level 2. The main level. So your basement floor plan, it's going to host some dining area, which you can see on the left-hand side, those circular tables once again. And you can see that spiral staircase. It can't be a luxurious clubhouse without a spiral staircase. So you added that right next to it. You can see in the left-hand corner, but the bottom is a gym. We wanted to cater to the members and what their needs are, what their wants are. And then just catty corner right to the gym is a spa. I wanted to keep inviting people as well and want them to stay there longer. And then right above that spa are just some offices and some storage. Then to the top left of it is the hitting bay area. Of course, it get a little cold, so we need a little space for that. The simulator as well. Just a little office space, more to the left of that, and then some bathrooms, of course. And then you can see those rectangles on the right-hand side of your screen. Those are all the carts, all the golf club carts. It needs storage, and it just creates a sleeper look when they're underneath in the basement, and nobody can necessarily see them. So we're able to combine needs for not only the members but also the employees that might be working here, with plenty of office spaces, break rooms, as you can see on the very far right. That's another break room as well. Storage, bathrooms as well. Just want to create a cohesive working environment for everybody and anybody that's there. So these are the frames of the basement. You might be a little confused of the top left-hand corner. Why is it all brick? Well, so the lower dining area is what I like to call that place, is a timeless elegance of Italian architecture, drawing direct inspiration from Italy's historic brickwork. The space is characterized by the warm, earthy tones and a rustic sophistication with the exposed brick walls, providing a sense of the old world charm. This also suits very well with that bottom right-hand picture, because that is a chilled wine room, and it can enhance the members' dining experience to a whole nother level when you can have shipped in wine from certain countries and have it right there for you and give it to your customers and members. On the top right corner, it's very modern yet minimalistic. It's a high-end, state-of-the-art equipment. This is the gym, of course. That's integrated. There are rows of cutting-edge cardio machines. Weight training area is very expansive, and there's also different free weights as well. Yoga mats. Just creates an area that you want to be in. And then, of course, that bottom left-hand corner is the kart park underneath the large clubhouse. It's very spacious. It's a semi-enclosed area designed to accommodate multiple golf carts. I believe I have a fleet of 50 in there. Could definitely hold more. The ceiling is high enough to make sure everything's covered, but yet still hold everything. The walls are sturdy, made of concrete, of course. It's the basement, so we want to keep that in mind. It gives this space an industrial yet functional feel. So here is going to be my basement walkthrough. This is going to include all of the rooms that I just talked about. Just so you kind of get a sense. We're starting at the spiral staircase. We're going into that brick room that I talked about. We're going to take a left into just some basic bathrooms. I know that was kind of quick. It's all kind of quick. Here's the wine chiller room as well. Plenty of storage. We're taking a right into the gym. Plenty of equipment. Satisfy everybody. We want people to have their wants. Their wants fulfilled. Taking a right, this is the spa area. There's plenty of masseuse tables in those doors. Here's the spa room with the sauna. Sorry, it was a little quick, but there's the reception area. Once again, brick. Everything is with a purpose and designing. And we're gonna take a left. It's really quick, but it's the hitting bay area. Here's a little locker room for employees. Make sure they can store their stuff, catering to everybody's needs. This is just a little tiny break room, simple as that. Moving back into the park. This is where all your storage is going to be. This is where all of your carts are going to be, of course. There can be plenty of storage along that wall. Obviously, you can see all of the lights there. Make sure you illuminate everything so nobody's running into each other. On the right-hand side, you can kind of see those storage areas. So that's where everybody's going to be storing their clubs. They're going to take members' clubs. They're going to give them that service of cleaning them, hanging them, storing them. You can kind of get a better view if you want to go by. It's past those parts, and it's a little hard to see, but you can store them, and those are actually moving shelves, so you can, just kind of in a library, that's what those are. And then we ended right where we ended on the first one. So thank you very much for coming and supporting me and watching my presentation. I really appreciate it. Now, if you have any questions, I am open to questions at all.
It looks like that clubhouse should be in Yellowstone.
Yes. That was the inspiration.
Very impressive.
I have one question, Abby. I don't know if I missed or not, but did you have a name for this facility yet?
I didn't.
Okay,
I
I
didn't
just-
because I didn't want to say Abby's Clubhouse. So.
No.
So you can go.
Obviously, it could depend on the actual location and what's around.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We'll say.
very nice.
Any other questions?
What was your favorite room to design?
Either the men's lounge or the great dining room. I was really able to hone in on the detail there, and I like the dark look as well, that really warmth. It was really fun to design. Pain in the butt to get all that stone there, and it was very interesting when I realized I placed all of my lights and they were upside down, so I had to delete all of them and I put them back. So there was plenty of hardships throughout it, but it was definitely a process. I'm glad I got it done. But yeah, those two rooms I was definitely like in awe of.
Beautiful.
And a walkthrough. That was my first time doing a walkthrough like that on a project. Because I've never had an in-depth project this much to use it, I guess you can say. So it was awesome getting to see what like your perspective would be.
Well, what was your inspiration? Why, I mean, of all the clubhouses you've seen? My personality, I would say. I enjoy the warmth. I love stone. Stone is absolutely beautiful. So I knew I wanted stone. You can take like the Masters clubhouses, plain white, you know, you're going to get those kind of like picket fence type vibe. But I wanted that warmth, the rugged part as well. I wanted wood, plenty of wood. So if you add those together, you're going to get that. So
It looked like something you would do. It really
it did.
Yeah, it did. It was wonderful.
Good.
Loved it.